This DJ will kick the floor in 3, 2, 1.
On the Troll.
Hello and welcome back to Mzansi. We're back again. It is that time of the night. We have stories and stories and stories. And by the way, thank you guys who joined us in the membership site where we were clarifying or even reviewing this interview that was done by Siabong. Those who were there, they know where we ended and why we ended. Very interesting days in our lives. Yeah, but we cannot take that here. We are here for a different story.
Yes.
In fact, stories. We are back to the public side, and probably we will be defaulting back to membership side during the weekend. And I hope this time we maintain the status quo as we always promise. We promise, we deliver though. For membership, and I saw someone saying, first time member, I get to get served with this. Thank you. You guys really are amazing. Thank you very much. We know the drill here. What we do here is press the like button and comment. And if you cannot comment, that means you're not a subscriber. Please remember to subscribe. And after subscribing, you can join membership also if you want to. And that's up to you, entirely up to you. There are super chats, which we appreciate very much to maintain this channel.
Yes.
And there is just liking that comes for free for you. You can just like and comment and like and comment. That's all sometimes that you need to do. Emily, how are you doing?
I'm well, Mr. Anonymous. How are you?
I'm doing great. Just a bit sleepy, but yeah, I'm here. And my energy, as long as my energy matches the level that is required for me to work around this time, then I am good.
Okay, I'm sorry for being late, but today I wanted to smash a lot of stories in one video because a lot is happening. I can't keep up. A lot is going on, and you can't just stick to one story. It's a bit. Like, there's a lot going on in the country right now.
Yes.
So I wanted to, for today, I think let me start off by saying a little bit of a summary of what to expect on the video. We're going to be talking about Kunene. We're going to be talking about MALCOMX. We're going to be talking about JP Ledwaba. We're also going to be talking about Paulo Sullivan. Apparently, he's threatening members of parliament. Hopefully we can get there to Paulo Sullivan, but let me get started. Hi guys, welcome back to the Mzansi Reality YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us here again for another deliberation of Mzansi stories. Today we're not doing the Senzo trial. Unfortunately, they are on recess, as we know, and if anything else comes up as an interesting topic, we will deliver like we always do concerning the Senzo trial. But right now, in the present current moment of 2025, Bati July ungubani. July, who are you? A lot is happening in July, okay? So I'm going to try and tell you a backstory when it comes to Kunene. Kunene last week had his own drama happening to him. I think it was on Thursday. Headlines were saying politician found at Katiso Katie Mulefe's house when he was getting arrested. Those who may not know who's Katiso Katie Mulefe, he is an accused in DJ Somebody's murder.
Yeah.
So in 2023, I think 2022, 2023, DJ Somebody was gunned down in Woodmead, brutally so, in the early morning hours, and he passed on with his bodyguard, who was very close to him. Some people said he was also his friend. They passed away and they were shot at. So there's a man who's accused of taking his life or taking those 2 lives. And apparently he's the one who put out the hit, and his name is KT Katiso Molefe. Very interesting individual. Back in 2004, apparently was caught with illegal substances. I think it's in the UK. And then he went to trial, and I don't know how he got out, but it was a very serious case. And he's a South African. He came back to South Africa. And right now we are sitting where in 1 year the political killing task team has managed to investigate him for two cases that are very pertinent, and both of them have a similar fashion, because even with Aman Swart, the engineer, the young man who was an engineer, he was also gunned down at the parking lot of his workplace. And now, Kunene is found at the house of this individual.
Yes.
Kunene is the MEC, or was, because he resigned yesterday or over the weekend. He was the MEC of transport in Gauteng. He was also the deputy president of Patriotic Alliance, which is a political party. So now here he is being found as they are raiding and making an arrest of Katiso KT Molefe in his house. The following day, after news broke out that a politician was found during this arrest, Kunene woke up in the morning and started having a media tour, conducting various interviews with all the media houses we have in the country, ENCA, Newsroom Africa, SAPS. He was on an interview tour explaining himself as to what he was doing there. And his explanation was that he was there with a journalist, a young journalist, and they were there to do a story. And he says that young journalist is the one who called him and gave him an address of this house that he was found at, KT Molefe's house. So he was putting the responsibility of him being there to the journalist, right? And one would ask, did the journalist drive him there? But he was there with his car. When I listened to the interview, he was definitely there with his car. Where was the journalist? The journalist, we don't know much, and we haven't seen or heard the details of this journalist, the name, or we don't know who this journalist is. But
what is Malcolm? What is Malcolm? Is he not a journalist?
Malcolm, I know him from Instagram. I used to follow his page on Instagram, I think 2 years ago, because back then I was hooked on Instagram. Now I don't follow Instagram that much. But what I know about him is that he was some kind of a socialite, philanthropy type of person. The only time I remember him was when there was this young man who was trending for wearing fake sneakers in the Northwest. And he did something very kind. I mean, I remember him going and traveling all the way to the Northwest to go and buy this young man, I think 4 or 5 pairs of very expensive sneakers, to kind of teach the friends as well a lesson, to say don't laugh at your friend while they are wearing fakes and stuff, or to kind of spite the people that made that video in terms of trying to humiliate the young man. And I was like, oh, what a nice man. And that's as far as I remember him. And I also used to remember some of the influencers praising him a lot. But as for what he does for a living, I don't know. But I do know that he's a philanthropy type of person. Maybe he has an NGO or has a non-profit organization where he helps people, because that's what he used to put forward in his Instagram, that he helps people, he helps people. That's as far as I remember him.
That's always the case.
So today, Kunene also had a very interesting day. You know what happened, Mr. Anonymous?
No.
He was attempting to prove that this media house that he was talking about, that he had and was neglecting, and now had hired new talent and new journalists. It's sort of like a marketing as well of this new website that is news media, African News Global. Yeah?
Yes.
So he wakes up in the morning, he tweets and he says, exclusive loading, right? And then we're like, oh, let me wait for this one. What exclusive is loading? Is he going to show us the journalist? Huh? And then he says, investigative journalism at best. Great work, BB and the team. And then he tags Africa News there, you know? And I'm like, okay, let me click. Because I saw like a link of an article, right? I'm like, let me click. Let me see. No, I mean, I love me the news. You understand? I love the Ledwaba. I was like, okay, let me click. Kaka. Blank page. White page. Nothing is happening. And then I go back to the comment section and people are dragging. Fix your website. What is this? Fix that website. Your website is not showing. It's loading. And then he came back and said, due to high traffic, Africa News Global website crashed. I thought he said this company has been existing for a long time. He was just not working on it because it was neglected. Now, today, there's business coming. Many eyes want to see this website, and it crashed. And he says, our technicians are working on the problem.
They are still working on it even now.
Yes. And then he put the story in a Google Drive somewhere. I was just exhausted and my attention was taken. Who took my attention? MALCOMX, a Johannesburg businessman. MALCOMX has admitted to calling the former Hawks boss, Godfrey lebeya, on the day Katiso KT Molefe was arrested in December. So,
are there receipts for that?
We don't know. We only have his word for now.
Okay.
We only have his word.
All right.
Now, the thing about Katiso KT Molefe is that he was arrested in December by the very same political killings task team for the murder of Amand Swart, the young man who was an engineer. So he was arrested in December for that, right? And during that arrest, apparently, it almost was a shootout between the Hawks and the political killing task team because the political killing task team is making an arrest of Katiso KT Molefe. And just as they're arresting him, the Hawks come in.
Okay.
Who called the Hawks is now the question. Even Mkhwanazi mentioned it in the press briefing. He talked about this incident that there was almost a shootout between this political killing task team and the Hawks because who called the Hawks as someone is getting arrested, right? Now, the political killing task team had to prove themselves to the Hawks that they're actually policemen, they're police people, so that nothing, damning happens. So the question mark remained all this time since Mkhwanazi's press briefing as to who called the Hawks. There were interviews conducted with Godfrey lebeya, who's the former head of Hawks, because during December, he was the one who was the head of the Hawks, and apparently he's the one who unleashed the Hawks to go and see what was happening in KT Molefe's house.
Why did he unleash the Hawks?
Malcolm X is taking responsibility for it today.
Okay, we see that. We see that responsibility. Thank you for taking responsibility. But why did the Hawks feel the need to go there?
Exactly right. It's not just anyone
Is that-
who can call the Hawks.
the problem I have with the Hawks is the head of Hawks who arrived there by sense of me was a case, murder case, 2014. Now we almost had an incident that could not be explained, if you ask me, if that shooting took place. Why were they there? Why do they feel the need to be there, to be part of the why didn't they call the police, the normal police? Isn't the Hawks supposed to be investigating serious crimes such as financial crimes and all those things?
That's the question we had with regards to Senzo's case in 2014, that don't you guys like arrive for like financial crime type of cases, conspiracy type of vibes.
Yeah, they investigate organized crime, economic crime, corruption, and other serious crime referred to it by the president or any other division of the police. So, which division of the police or the president sent them to go investigate other police?
At first, when I heard it from Godfrey Lebeya, it seemed as if he was creating an impression that he was told that the police that were arresting Katie Molefe were maybe fake police. And so the Hawks went there to check if those were real police. I don't know if I caught it the same way.
Why are the Hawks checking that? Don't they have something to do?
They've got a lot to do. There's a lot of corruption in the country.
Then they have organized crime that is waiting for them to deal with. Why are they there? Why are they always there in places where they are not called for?
It's an interesting question. Because even this was just strange, that one person is getting arrested and here's the Hawks going out of their way to check a coast to see what was happening with this particular individual. So speaking exclusively to ENCA, Malcolm X says that he was acting on behalf of Molefe's brother, one of his clients.
So the Hawks were released from Molefe's brother. What is he? Is he president?
I don't know. We can try and find out via Google what is he. And when he says one of his clients kanjani? What business do they have with each other? That's unknown. And he says that this client of his, Molefe's brother, wanted to know if there was an arrest warrant for Molefe.
So you use the Hawks.
So you are asking Malcolm X to know if there's an arrest warrant. Whatever happened to calling the police? This is strange. What business does Malcolm X have knowing if there are warrants of arrest? Is he a lawyer?
I really don't know.
Is he a lawyer?
To me, it is not clear why all this involvement, even with the census case, find ordinary citizens calling Hawks to come.
It's strange.
Who calls Hawks to come and be there in a and let's say there was this shooting that could have happened, who was going to take that responsibility?
What was going to be?
What was going to be said? And what was he going to say in terms of releasing the hawks? Why did you release them? You know, using one of the most expensive resources for a simple confirmation that you could have done should have went in police station and reported that thing. You were going to get your answers there.
Yeah. Now, Lebeya has denied interfering with the actual arrest. But, Mr. Anonymous, let's have a visual of this exclusive of ENCA and hear it directly from MALCOMX's mouth what he said. Because I don't understand. I just don't understand what is his role in all of this and why is he the middleman between the Hawks and Mr. KT Molefe's brother. That just doesn't make sense to me.
He can be responsible for Mr. Molefe's brother. It's okay. But to involve the Hawks? That's another story.
Right there. It's a power move that is just interesting.
But let's hear.
The SAPS and the Hawks arrived at this house to arrest murder Katiso KT Molefe for the killing of whistleblower Armand Swart. Since then, there's been much speculation about who called former Hawks head Godfrey Lebeya. Businessman MALCOMX now says it was him. He explains that he called Lebeya to find out if his client's brother Katiso Molefe was going to be arrested. X says he shares a close relationship with Lebeya and spoke directly to him.
As a general, there are people here who claim they are Hawks officials and they were sent here by you. Then he said, wait, today. I said, yes, today. Then he said, look, allow me to verify this. Then I don't know who he called. But after having spoken to someone or some people, he called back and said, please send me the address of the place. I did. I directed him. Then he said, okay, this needs to be verified because I didn't send anybody.
X says Lebeya dispatched a team to Molefe's home to confirm whether the arresting officers were from the Hawks, as they claim to be.
The first unit arrived, they verified them, they left. I saw two or three cars arriving, speaking to their commander, speaking to the policemen at the entrance. They were allowed access to the yard and the house. So they left, and even those that I personally know, they came back and said, yes, indeed, they are policemen. We verified that, and there's a mandate for them to search the house.
Despite working with KT Molefe's brother, X says he's never met the murder accused.
Nothing. I've never been to Molefe's house. I've been to the brother's house. I've never been to Molefe's house. I don't know if Molefe knows me or not. I don't have his number. I don't know if he's got my cell number or not. I called General Mkhwanazi myself. I called him. I sent him a message I can show you on my phone. I said, General, I wanted to say, General, I'm the person that called, and my intention was not to stop the operation.
Lebeya, responding to ENCA, says he knows X. He says it's not a norm for custodians of the details of sources, informants, or whistleblowers to reveal their identities. In this case, Lebeya says the individual decided to come out before the commission started its work.
Let the law take its course, if there's to. I never intended to stop that operation. I wanted to verify if they were indeed policemen and what their intention was with KT Molefe so that I could report back to my client, who is KT Molefe's brother.
X says if summoned, he will testify at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry looking into the serious corruption allegations made by KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi.
This is the most craziest explanation I've ever heard. Okay. Tell me if I'm wrong. He said they are Hawks. Who said they are Hawks?
Who?
The political task team said they are Hawks.
I don't believe that.
Okay. Right? It's far-fetched.
Didn't have a Hawks.
Okay, they don't even need to lie about the Hawks. I mean,
No.
you work for police. Hawks is division that is within the SAPS. They didn't even need to lie. Why would they lie about that?
And the way
And then-
he's downplaying the
And then
questioning.
why are you now calling Mkhwanazi? Who told you that the political task team is working with Mkhwanazi? Why would you call Mkhwanazi? But Mkhwanazi is still going to answer for himself. I think Mkhwanazi will tell us if really there was such a call. And we trust him to do so. And then he does not know the brother, Molefe, who was
the
it?
one who got arrested, KT Molefe.
But he was intervening on behalf of him so that he can report to the brother that he's his client. Who's the client?
The brother of KT
KT
Molefe.
Molefe.
Yes.
So you don't know the guy, you intervene, you see the guy is being arrested, you intervene on behalf of your client who's probably not even there, according to what I'm hearing, on behalf of the person you don't know, so that you can go report to your client about the brother you don't know. But yet you, yeah. And yeah.
And the way he's downplaying the asking whether there was a warrant of arrest and whether those people who were there to arrest had any authority to arrest or whatever he's saying he's doing. Sir, the whole Hawks came out because you made a phone call. Yaphuma waphuma wonke ama-Hawks
Yebo.
ahlomile because you made a phone call.
Yes.
And you know what this is giving? Doesn't it give you Brian Mkhwanazi type of vibe?
Yeah, it just has that vibe. Yeah, for me, it just feels like it's a repetition of what we had when Mkhwanazi was explaining the situations and all that. And in fact, it seems as if Lebeya is now in the last part of the video is saying it's not normal now is made to be a whistleblower.
Yeah, he's
You
made
know.
to be a whistleblower, just like.
But yet he was
made-
working for his client. Now he's a whistleblower. That's a messed up situation. That is not clear. Is he a whistleblower? Was he working for his client? From his explanation, is saying was working for his client. He says Lebeya is saying it's not normal for a whistleblower to show themselves. This one showed himself, but it doesn't talk about whistleblower himself.
Yeah.
Lindy Webembe, I saw your gift. Thank you very much. Nanette, thank you for your gift. A little gift to say, I miss you guys. I'm still believing in the vision of this channel. Everything will come into alignment the way God intend. We are together. Let's keep running this race. Love you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Nat.
Ned.
Thank you, Lindy. God bless you all
Thank
of
you,
you.
Lindy. So yes, turns out Kunene and MALCOMX know each other. They have a interesting relationship.
Very interesting.
Someone dug out an article from Daily Sun from 2023 when MALCOMX got arrested and Kunene was the one who bailed him out. So I'm going to go through that article with you guys as fast as I possibly can. It says MALCOMX and the 3 police officers arrested on Sunday, the 22nd of October 2023 are out on bail. So MALCOMX was arrested with 3 police officers.
So MALCOMX and police, they are not far from each other. Now and then they find themselves together. If they're not working together to find out who other police are, they are arrested together.
Oh, yes. The self-proclaimed philanthropist. Remember how I described how I know him from social media? Daily Sun is calling him the self-proclaimed philanthropist. MALCOMX, and his co-accused, Desmond Campbell Kekana and James Mpose Kaulela and Raymond Mpue Mukaile, appeared in the Alexandra Magistrates Court on Thursday, the 26th of October. They were all granted 10,000 rands bail each and will reappear on Thursday, the 23rd of November, 2023. They are facing 2 counts of corruption and extortion. They are accused of participating in corrupt activities when they solicited 580,000 rands. Malcolm X said Kunene bailed him out, as he wrote on social media platforms. He said, and I quote, "After being granted the 10,000 rands bail in court today, I waited for my accountant to bring my cards or cash to pay, but the court officer came to fetch me saying, Kunene paid your bail, and you are free to go home."
So your accountant came in the form of Kunene.
He's saying that he was waiting for his accountant.
So
but
I'm just
instead of his
saying,
accountant showing up,
instead of the accountant, then Kunene
then
came
Kunene.
and he bailed him and he just left.
Kunene himself has a criminal past in a sense that he was arrested for fraud while he was working as a teacher. He said he served 5 years term. And then he said, I rushed up and asked Kenny why he paid for me without telling me. He said, you also do a lot of stuff for other people without telling them.
Oh,
End quote.
what a story.
According to the National Prosecuting Authority spokeswoman Pindim Mjonodwani, they were arrested after they asked a complainant to give them money to avoid arrest.
With this man who's a non-policeman, MALCOMX.
She said it's alleged that 3 officials went to the complainant's residence to inquire about her passport. And after that, it was alleged that it contained fraudulent immigration stamps. So I'm going to assume perhaps this person was maybe not a South African. They came into the country and they are saying, I'm alleging, I'm speculating, I'm not sure of the facts, but it just sounds that way, that they were allegedly extorting money. They later arrested her, and during questioning, the trio allegedly demanded 2 million for her release. 2 million rands. Malcolm X was the alleged middleman in facilitating the payment. Mr. Anonymous, do you remember that time we talk about NGOs and stuff?
Yeah, NGOs are very good. They come many fashions, but it seems as if, for some weird reasons, I can't seem to bring myself into trusting NGOs anymore, because one way or another, they have a motive, in my opinion, behind them. I'm not saying this one in particular, but I'm just talking in general. It seems as if everyone who wants to do something somewhere, somehow, that thing might entail money or anything. Now and then, there will be association with the such NGOs and non-profit whatsoever. But it's there's this thing about NGOs that, yeah, perhaps we should also learn.
2 million is a lot of money. It needed to go through some type of a laundry. I'm just saying. It was not going to be easy carrying 2 million in cash.
It would probably need to go through something where it would be validated for tax and everything else. Because you can't but we are not talking about this one in particular.
This
perhaps
one we don't know.
why perhaps people have, that's an idea of maybe why people decide to have these NGOs. And why most of the time we expect them to fight for us, some of them, while they don't even care about us. Basically, they are here to do whatever they do. They become maybe a laundry
Of some sort. Mjonondwani said that enticing the family, threats were made about arresting her son as well. So they had made threats that if she's not complying, then they're going to arrest her son as well. The accused pleaded not guilty to all charges. They also argued that they needed bail as they have families and children to feed, and mentioned that they are providers of their families. Kenny told Daily Sun that he wanted to help because when he was released from jail, no one did that for him during his time. I know certain people there in court, Kenny said. I then called them and told them to tell me when he's coming out. This is Kenny. He knows certain people there in court.
A good Samaritan.
They told me that he was coming out today, and I went there to bail him out. He was still waiting for his accountant, he said. Kenny said he was happy that he managed to help MALCOMX out, adding that he did this because he always works with him on projects. He always works with him on projects. He always works with him on projects.
It's no longer just a good deed because he's a good person. This is now a relationship.
So when Daily Sun contacted MALCOMX for a comment, he didn't answer his phone and didn't even reply to the messages. So yeah. Moving on to the next part now that I think as Mzansi Reality we need to know. Or when I stumbled on it, being Shisa, I wanted you guys to know. So Katiso Molefe, the center of this whole thing that is happening. He's currently in jail right now.
Yes.
And he has been arrested for the unaliving of DJ somebody. It happened last week. But while it was happening, he was actually out on bail. And the details of how he got bail for Aman Swart's case are very interesting. So Katiso Katie Molefe's bail for the murder of Aman Swart was denied when he got arrested in December. Then he appealed.
Yes.
During Molefe's bail application, an opposing affidavit from the investigating officer in the case set out how Molefe frequently traveled abroad with information from cross-border movement control and Interpol, indicating that he had crossed the border a total of 165 times in the last 20 years. So he travels a lot. And of course, when you're applying for bail, you are considered a flight risk.
Yes.
So he was denied bail, and with the court finding him as a flight risk, and on the 2nd of April 2025, his case was transferred to the High Court in Palm Ridge. I don't know how it moved from Palm Ridge. Then from there, it went to the Pretoria High Court. Kanjan, I don't know, guys. I don't have those details. On the 27th of June, however, this appeal of bail was heard by DJP Ledwaba, and it remitted on the same day. So he
Then he was granted bail. Oh, yeah.
On the 27th of June,
by
2025, by Ledwaba.
In Palm Ridge.
In Pretoria High Court.
Oh. So it moved from Palm Ridge
It moved from Palm Ridge to Pretoria High Court, and DJP Ledwaba gave him bail on the same day.
Same man that Rata is always complaining that is saying people are wasting time in court.
Yes. The one who was also there on the final bail appeal of Bongani Ntanzi is actually the one who denied Bongani Ntanzi bail.
Oh, yeah, the same man. Pretoria. It had to be Pretoria, though. I mean, it's a very big place for cases, big cases, eh? It had to be Pretoria, somewhere, somehow. It had to be Pretoria.
So I thought that I share this news with you, family, as we move forward in this journey of the Senzomewa trial, that it's something that you must know. It's something you must keep in mind, that Katiso Katie Molefe, after this serious case, a man's worth was shot at 23 times, if I'm not mistaken.
It was.
The man was considered a flight risk.
And the
JP.
case that he was arrested for,
Yes.
there are many things to look at, the factor in this case.
And JP at Nancy bail. And in Pretoria High Court,
Yeah.
the case moved. It was he was arrested in Sandton. I don't know if it was the magistrate, or I doubt it was Alexandra, because the crime happened in Vereeniging, if I'm not mistaken. So it was a regional court. Then he moved to Palm Ridge, and then from Palm Ridge, Pretoria.
Yes.
So there was no judge in Palm Ridge who wanted to deal with this, or maybe they just
wanted to move it to Pretoria. But things do happen, man. I mean, even Senzo's case, it just moved to Pretoria. You know. Yeah, Rita, the video, yes, where we review Siyabonga is still there. If you have membership, you can join there, and then you'll be able to watch it. I saw that you asked the question there.
Yeah, you can watch it there. I had promised to chop it up, but 3 hours, guys.
It's a lot.
3 hours is a lot.
But it's fine. Let's not talk about it. Let's continue.
So, yes, that's it. Now we're moving to Paul O'Sullivan.
So here is a just to maybe clarify a few things. There's a common denominator here. MALCOMX is coming out to say, yay, I'm the one who called the Hawks when this guy was arrested. What is his name?
Katie Molefe.
Katie Molefe was arrested. I didn't mean to stop the what we call it, the operation. I just wanted to understand, because this is a brother of my client, and my client wanted to know what the hell is going on.
Yes.
So I had to call the Hawks, and the Hawks they just came into play, and they helped me very much. Good. I mean, other people are very lucky. And then this man happens to be linked at some point, somewhere, somehow, in terms of payments and assisting each other with Kunene and working with each other at some point. And then the same Molefe, when he's arrested now, Kunene is there to get the scoop, the story of this man being arrested. You know, that's the gist of it. So
yes.
There's a common denominator of Kunene. Also, he doesn't know this person, but is just there.
Kunene also says he doesn't know KT Katiso Molefe.
Yeah, no one wants to own him.
MALCOMX says he doesn't know him as well. And you know what the interesting thing is? On that day, I would say there's a day that Pule Treaty shared an image of Kunene getting out of the Hawks office. I think it's the same day he resigned or wrote a resignation letter.
Yes.
He showed an image. There was some kind of a paparazzi waiting outside of the Hawks office, and they caught him getting out of the Hawks.
Yes.
What was he doing at the Hawks office in the middle of the storm? We will never know. And then resignation letters came through. Yeah, it's been an interesting week.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
So now we are on to the next story, Mr. Anonymous. Ethel Trollip, the chief whip of Action SA, has filed criminal charges against forensic investigator Paul O'Sullivan, claiming that he threatened and intimidated him.
Yeah.
Well, I was listening to that eye-awakening coverage video live stream that you did as I was sitting on my sick bed about Paul O'Sullivan.
Yeah.
He's quite an interesting fella.
So this is not the first time. Remember when I was there, yes, I was talking about it.
Yes.
It's not the first time.
Yes.
It's not the second time, apparently, that he talks like this.
Yeah. There are even
letters and affidavits somewhere, somehow. The language that he uses.
The audacity to write certain things that not an ordinary
literally
person
tell people
would
this
write.
is not a threat, it's a promise, something like that. That letter, alleged letter.
So Trollip filed a complaint at the Central Police Station in Cape Town on Monday, claiming that O'Sullivan had sent him several threatening text messages that interfered with his ability to perform his duties in parliamentary oversight. Now, they have to be bad. Okay. They have to be bad to an extent that they disturbed this man's mind and focus the whole day.
Yes.
He couldn't even perform his duties in parliament.
They had to be. Let's press the like button, guys. Let's just smash the like button a bit. This push to 200 or something.
So
Yes.
Trollip said that O'Sullivan's behavior is a direct attack on an elected official, and he was of the view that this type of behavior ought to be addressed legally. He read through a message which he said came from O'Sullivan, and it said, and I quote, "I have been looking at your misinformed attacks on me on social media because someone forwarded them to me. You are clearly an arrogant fool who doesn't have a clue what's going on. Mkhwanazi is one of the biggest criminals that ever wore a police uniform. His crimes, when they are finally exposed, will shock the nation. Best
see-
part is..."
You see, there's a common denominator here, Mkhwanazi, and then Fani Masemula, Mkhwanazi. You know, we are side-eyeing people who are now saying they are fighting for us, and they are talking about these people. You know, people who are attacking the very same people. We're not saying that they are saints, these people. We don't know their daily lives. But
can never
we
be
have
saints.
talked about this thing. But there seems to be, you know, when you ask to be investigated by the streets of YouTube, you just show your hand. You show yourself who you are. And now I can literally connect the dots in my thinking. Okay, if you talk about this person, and this person, after this person talks about them, and you are also attacking the very same person. So this is a group of people that are controlling the narrative in a sense. Because we must put it that way. It seems as if to me, when I look at it, it's like a group of people who are controlling the narrative in the name of we are fighting for people of South Africa. Are we really fighting for people of South Africa, or we are just looking for ways to be in charge? In a sense, one can argue, or to push it further, capture certain people so that they can be in a palm of your hand. I mean, why would you say that? You're putting yourself in my radar, stuff like that, and who made you this demigod? Who made you the demigod that you think you are, to actually call people like that? And then you have people who on the side are also pushing the same narrative under the disguise that we are helping South Africans. I think you pick your groups. You pick the groups, you stay with the groups.
Yes.
Unfortunately, there is South Africans who are behind Mkhwanazi, not overlooking what Mkhwanazi can do, or what Mkhwanazi is capable of as a person, or what he can do one day. One day we can wake up and we'll be disappointed of whatever. But to target him with words that are seemingly demeaning what Mkhwanazi is, in a sense, you're saying, and other people that are really coming out. Mkhwanazi's just coming out has erupted a lot of things. Right now we're talking about what is happening. We can attribute it to him.
Yes.
You know, most of these things, the arrests that are happening, we can attribute it to him. But there seem to be this group that says, okay, we see you. Why are you talking about that? Let's look at this. You are controlling the narrative. One way or another, you are controlling the narrative. You want us to believe what you say and forget about what we should be looking at. And by the looks of things, a bag, a Louis Vuitton bag, for me, if it was there, if you had proofs and receipts of it, between the Louis Vuitton bag and this cartel, who would I choose? I'd definitely choose the cartel to be exposed.
It's bigger.
Hey.
This cartel. This is some big stuff. Okay, this is organized crime. This is huge.
Welcome, Rita. Welcome to membership.
LV back. We will see it.
We will see it at the right time.
Let's deal with
Can
this.
we deal with the problem that is killing our kids in the streets? Can we deal with that? Can we focus on that for now? Can we? Because even that Louis Vuitton bag, no one has actually posted a receipt. Here is a receipt. Here is the money coming from so and so going to so and so. But all we are hearing, this one is a criminal. At some point, I tried to call this one. This one was, those things are not helping us. They are just creating a narrative. It's like we are blowing hot air. There is nothing. You just want us to focus on what you want us to focus on, which is not a problem if you have all the receipts. We just want to see the truth now, Mkhwanazi has not even shared much of these receipts, but what we are seeing happening, it's the movement that seems to uproot some of the things that we have been seeing, but we couldn't prove. We have been thinking, but we couldn't say it.
I even remember at some point I wanted to cover DJ somebody's, the investigations that were happening there, the drama that was happening behind the scenes. But then I was like, I see Cape Town. There was a mentioning of another syndicate there in Cape Town. But then I'm like, DJ somebody was Pretoria based and Gauteng based. Although he did a little bit of business there, but I don't know. I feel like
I don't want to get into deep things. How scary these things are.
Yes, that's why I didn't even want to do content on this thing, because it was so dark and so not making sense and scary.
You cannot, it's like what we were talking about in SAPS. You cannot swim and not expect to get wet. In fact, if you sound like you are protecting certain people, then you are part of those people, one way or another. And you see, the funny thing is, I've listened and watched many people, what you call the bloggers and everyone else that you can call. Other bloggers cannot even put two and two together sometimes. You find people talking about, like, for example, the former minister as this bad person, but then you come back, you protect certain things that are actually throwing the very same minister under the bus. It confuses what you stand for. You cannot defend and be an attacker at the same time. You can't do that. Some of the things you can associate the former minister with what is currently happening now. For me, I feel like this group is totally against that. Whether you like it or not, unless you're going to come with a link that says there's a link between the former minister and this group, and you know, I'm not saying that the minister has anything to answer for. That will be determined by the right people, but I'm just saying you sound crazy if you defend and attack at the same time. That sounds so crazy, because that means you are not even structuring your stuff and understanding what is going behind, who is who in the zoo. You are just coming to attack. You know,
it's like it's the competition of the whistleblowers.
It does seem like that.
I'm sorry, someone had to say it. You know, whenever a whistleblower comes out and then another whistleblower comes out, the other whistleblowers are not so good receiving of the other whistleblower.
I don't understand why.
It becomes tense. It's like, okay, I thought you guys are fighting the same fight. What's going on? So now it's a battle of the whistleblowers now, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I feel so confused. I don't know what's going on.
It confuses me, because it doesn't take much to actually do research and see, okay, this is how things are standing here. There was that structure faction that I did, which I also pointed to out where the contradictions are in terms of it as far as the faction is concerned.
Yes.
You can put one person on the other side, but this person was sounding like, or seeming like he was standing for the other side. You can't do that. And then you say, just because you don't want that player to be on the other side, you say, oh, you are with so and so.
You see now.
Now that makes you look a bit lazy to do perhaps digging and get to understand. You know, the very same people that you say you are fighting against, you might actually be defending by doing some of the things. Let's press the like button, guys. Someone is requesting 35 more likes. This is Tobeka D, our moderator.
Thank you, Tobeka. Please, guys, like the video. Press the like button, okay? It doesn't cost a thing. Well, he continued to say in this intimidating message to Trollip, saying that the best part is, unlike you are in receipt of my taxpayer rent. I don't get a single cent. Then he said, you attacked me personally on social media as if you are Mkhwanazi's right-hand man, which means that you must be supporting his criminal conduct. Either that, you are far too stupid to know a criminal when you see one. Read the message. Now, speaking to the SABC, Trollip said that he's not a criminal and was only performing his duties as a member of parliament. And he said, I quote, all I was doing as a public representative and member of parliament was calling for the allegations, both his and Mkhwanazi's, to be investigated. If that intimidates him and elicits this kind of response, it's absolutely melodramatic. And he goes further. He threatens Action SA leader. He threatens Herman Mashaba. He says he will tell everyone he knows not to support Action SA. All that does is encourage me all more, because there's a saying that says if you want to dog kick it, and the owner will come out very quickly. So he said, I want to know why Paul O'Sullivan has come out guns blazing like he has against me, and it will come out, he told the broadcaster. Meanwhile, IOL submitted questions to O'Sullivan, but there was no response by the time of the publication. So, Mr. Anonymous, play the footage of what was happening there outside of court in Cape Town concerning Trollip versus Paul O'Sullivan.
Trollip says he feels intimidated by O'Sullivan following a series of texts calling him stupid. He says this is a direct attack on an elected official, and he believes such conduct must be dealt with in accordance with the law.
He says, I've been looking at your misinformed attacks on me on social media, because someone forwarded them to me. You're clearly an arrogant fool that doesn't have a clue what's going on. Mkhwanazi is one of the biggest criminals that ever wore police uniform. His crimes, when they are finally exposed, will shock the nation. Best part is, unlike you who are in receipt of my taxpayer rands, I don't get a single cent. Then he said, you attack me personally on social media as if you are Mkhwanazi's right-hand man, which means that you must be supporting his criminal conduct. Either that, or you are far too stupid to know a criminal when you see one. And he goes on, he calls me a criminal.
Trollip says he was merely doing his oversight work.
I'm not a criminal, and all I was doing as a public representative, member of parliament, is calling for the allegations, both his and Mkhwanazi's, to be investigated. And if that intimidates him and elicits this kind of response, it is absolutely so melodramatic. He goes further. He threatens Action SA later. He threatens Herman Mashaba. He says he will tell everyone he knows not to support Action SA. All that does is encourages me all the more. Because there's a saying that says, if you want to know who owns the dog, kick it and the owner will come out very quickly. I want to know why Paul O'Sullivan has come out guns blaring like he has against me. And it'll come out.
O'Sullivan has made his own sworn statement rebutting Trollip's claims. He says if this sworn statement is not attached to the criminal charge against him, he will lay a counter charge of defeating the ends of justice. Meanwhile, Action SA says its private members' bill aiming to abolish deputy ministers' positions is out for public comment.
We're not just doing it because we don't like deputy ministers. One, we can't afford it. It would save us 1.5 billion rand every year if we just got rid of them. That's not even counting their travel. They love traveling. Nearly 200 million in overseas travel in 1 year.
The bill is out for public comment for a month. Ulelani Philip, SAPS News, Cape Town.
So one might wonder what would cause Paul O'Sullivan to do this, right?
Not only Paul O'Sullivan, there's DeHaas and the rest. In terms of attacking Mkhwanazi. In fact, the attack is on Mkhwanazi. Anyone who seems to stand with Mkhwanazi at this point in time is an enemy. It seems. That is how it seems. That is how it sounds like. Anyone who seems to be standing with Mkhwanazi is delulu. He cannot see a criminal when he sees one.
Yes.
I don't know. I didn't know that you can literally just scan the criminal through your eyes and say, yeah, this is a criminal.
I can see you. You are a criminal.
I guess it's a forensic thing.
Well, on the 7th of July, O'Sullivan demanded for the removal of KZN Police Commissioner Mkhwanazi. After that explosive conference, he went on a media tour. We all saw the interviews and whatnot. So Ethel Trollip now had a question, which is an important question. He asked, who appointed Paul O'Sullivan, the national spokesperson related to policing and crime intelligence? His comments are as alarming as those made by Commissioner Mkhwanazi. This too needs to be thoroughly investigated. Yeah, just for saying that and just for asking that question, Paul O'Sullivan sends him messages. And now he has opened a case against him and they're going to court. This is very interesting.
It's very interesting days. They say, the saying is says, if you want to see the owner, kick the dog. I think Mkhwanazi did kick the dog.
Because Paul O'Sullivan, I don't know what.
Not because of Paul O'Sullivan. I'm just saying Mkhwanazi just kicked the dog. I don't want to link it to anything.
Don't link it to him.
I don't wanna be getting letters. I'm just saying.
He does send letters and messages and stuff. He sends them. He doesn't play. So yeah, that's it from me for tonight.
Press the like button. Let's reach that 200. Why not? This was a very good piece, Emily. And very entertaining at the same time for me. Just
light-hearted, Nyana.
Yeah,
well,
light-hearted.
Not really light-hearted, but
it's actually
the delivery and how we delivered it is making it more light-hearted because it's quite heavy. I mean, think about it. It's a lot. It's a lot of of things that are going on in the country right now. But July ungubani.
Ayawufuna ukuphela. Ayawuthanda ukuphela.
July, who are you?
July doesn't want to finish. Doesn't want to finish.
Yo, guys.
Maybe August is also coming with this. This is a mess. Press the like button, guys. Please, let's reach 200 likes. Please press the like button. I July 1. Yeah. If you guys are new, you were gonna be short, but these topics, hey, you guys, you off ramp,
These topics, they only wanna call in for Senzo. They don't care about the rest of the stuff going on in the
country. Even if you give them a chance to talk on these topics, yes, as this guys, he can get you.
Guns blazing.
Someone saying, my first time to watch Mzazi Reality, I will never miss it. Thank you. We appreciate you. Don't miss it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for watching us. Hey, you give them a chance. These ones, hey, they tell you, do you know so and so is hiding something? What are you calling? I know you guys are still gonna learn how to deal with these things. Hey, you guys just vent. We're not here. This is not the president's office. Some of these things you need to report them there. Today we just give you enough to connect some of the dots if you can. If you cannot, it's still okay. We'll take our time trying to make you connect the dots there and there. Michelle Lee, I am late, but press the like button. Thank you for pressing the like button, because that's what we've been preaching about here. Let's see. Chuku Ana was here, Mafuitu. Definitely. Mkhwanazi also here. Innocentia Hadeb was here. Ulola was here. Tobeka D was here. Paul Manjani was here. Mzwake Radebe was here, saying General Biana and MALCOMX very fetish. Yeah, my daughter. Mthokozi Silanga. It's been a while, Mthokozi Silanga. It was a Banana Republic or Mickey Mouse State. You decide. It's up to you. Let's get section 205 if it called recordings. Yeah, Siba was here. Gabsile Kul was here. Why are the people tatazelling? Oh, why are the people tatazelling? Hey, but deny. Pamzo Ndaba at hello darlings. Before I'm accused, I'm not being active. This is let me see. This is side. Oh, before I'm accused of not being active, this side. Oh, thank you, Pamzo Ndaba, our member. Thank you. Yeah. Now I see you. I remember we said that when we were on the membership side. We were presenting this.
Yes.
So Pedro, we are not accusing you. We are happy to see you here. Pamzo Ndaba. Blessings, Mabena. Thank you. We see you blessing Mabena. Kuningi. Yo, asho njalo blessing. Kuningi kakhulu. It's too much.
And also, Biangapa has filed an application to go back to work.
Ngoba Mzansi Reality subscribers anithatha into ethi no. Mzansi, let's keep it short. Mzansi, hello.
Mzansi Reality, hello.
Awathula futhi.
Bakithi.
Kade kuyena ongisukelayo. Net, it's been a while, Net, since we had you here. Thank you very much for joining us. That's very good and enjoyable sign of diversity. This is someone writing on our WhatsApp.
Thank you.
Yeah, so asibone ubani Mthimkhulu, our member. Mzansi, hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, and you?
We are all right. Look at how we are all right. We are all right.
Yabona ukufona sikuhlalela ukufona. But this is uvela uhlale nje andimangale. Lithi yabo ngendlela ekuningi ngayo. Kukhona nokunye nje ngisazokuthola angazi ukuthi nje analyze ukuthi there's so much.
Hey,
But
it's a lot.
Yes, but what is happening to Mkhwanazi? I had my reasons. No comment and ngibona bengasakhulumi. Kodwa manje I've reached the stage ukuthi angangena uzothatha ngibophe. I don't care anymore. What is happening to Mkhwanazi manje? Ngizokubona nje kuningi. Is something that I expected. And mina, in my opinion, I think Mkhwanazi is innocent. Ngeke uyohwhistleblower while uhleli emgodini ongafuni kushiwa kona, because some people will see what you are hiding. I've had my experiences abuhlungu. Afana exactly Mkhwanazi, and I've seen men being destroyed by the government, by unemployed, but because of speaking the truth, and baba unemployed, develop BP, baba nama strokes, some died. Very, very sad. There is one man being that I listened to, police Israel. He says he's left his one property on news. He was in the newsroom yesterday. I listened to that interview.
I watch it too.
Yeah, and that is painful. Tell you what, guys, we've been through that as a family because of speaking the truth in 17. You lose everything. What's happening to Mkhwanazi? I did expect Goba. I've always said, and it's very sad that in South Africa, South Africa has been turned into a country where integrity, accountability, responsibility are characteristics now which keep the government with its caution.
Yeah.
Once you are a truth teller, you become an enemy. I'm an enemy, and I don't care. Because of speaking the truth. So nje lo kukamkhwanazi akumthusi. Kodwa ke we appreciate, we pray. Bishop Tutu once said, we will pray for you like we prayed for the government, the apartheid. And yophuma kabuhlungu. Ayisha sekhoti. Ngisakwazi ukubeka kahle, but he said we will pray for you. The minute you start, the minute you sing and go, we will pray for you. And yophuma kabuhlungu. And bazophuma kabuhlungu. Tell them to come and detain me. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All strength.
Thank you.
All strength.
All strength. Thank you. Right, Nettie has been out for 4 days. That's why I'm going to say this for you. The number now, Net, is 071-153-7006. That's both for WhatsApp and the direct call. Yes, there's the other one. I'm not even going to mention it here. It's no longer in use for that. It has shifted to something else. So the number that we are using now is 071-153-7006. I even know it by head now, eh? Do you even know it, I mean?
No.
Yes.
I'm not good with numbers.
Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello. Are you getting disconnected, my brother? You're getting disconnected. I think they are either blocking you or something. But Pinkinziba, you're getting disconnected. Let's see. Let's see if we can get one person before we leave. Anyone who wants to call, who can get through. Anyone who can get through. And then we probably close. If there is someone who can get through, then we can close. Let's press the like button. I'm actually waiting for that 200 likes. That's my job right now. Anyone who can get through. Hey, your phone and then Mzansi, hello.
Zanzi Reality, hello.
Zanzi Reality, how are you guys?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Yeah, speaking to Bongs from Cape Town.
Hi, Bongs.
Yeah. You see, now we're on the right path with our prayer as a Mzansi Reality family. If you remember years back, we said we need to pray for Tefo. We need to pray for Tefo. You see, Tefo, when he said all the things, people were looking at him as this fool. But I was so happy yesterday when I watched the interview of the guy who was the president of COP Union on Newsroom Africa. There is this hidden character. Most of people don't know about his dodgy dealings within the SAPS. If you remember last week, Tefo was on the podcast tour. He mentioned this commission, former commissioner of Gauteng province, Elias Mawel. The guy was on the news yesterday. He complained about the very same guy.
Yeah.
And the previous commissioner, Kessler told how they dealt with him. And the other thing, with Mr. Mkhwanazi, we don't need to worry. Mr. Mkhwanazi, he is aware of all these things. He said they will come. I know, I'm aware. I once stayed at home for the whole year without working. They couldn't find anything. He knows. He took him out before they suspended him. They did all. There is a clip of Mr. Mkhwanazi. He said, if they want, let's meet in court. If they want to come on the ground, I'm ready. I will meet them on the ground. And the other thing, Miss Emily, it's not a skaka, it's a public knowledge. This Oliver Sullivan guy, during the first term of the president, you can search, it's there, it's public. You know how much I respect the platform. I won't bring allegations.
Yes.
This guy was part of the advisory committee to the president. You can search now, you will find his name there. Advisory committee to the president. During the first term of Ramaphosa, he was there. So I'm not sure if he's still there during this second term. When Zuma went out and Ramaphosa came in, Paul O'Sullivan was part of the advisory committee to the president. It's not a skaka, it's a public knowledge. It's there, you can search. That's why if you remember after the press conference, the first guy who came out and attacked Mkhwanazi is this Sullivan guy. With baseless allegations. And Mkhwanazi is not making allegations, he has evidence. And the other thing I'm so proud about Mkhwanazi that makes me feel more confident. There is other white guy, I came across his interview on YouTube. He said, Mkhwanazi is a straight talker, he's a straight shooter. South Africans must feel more about Mkhwanazi. The guy said he trained with Mkhwanazi. The way he knows the discipline level of Mkhwanazi couldn't come out if he didn't follow these so-called channels. the fact that Mkhwanazi came out public, he was frustrated because those people, they create protocols. They know they are the ones who are managing those protocols and channels. The only reason that can explain that behavior, the way he knows Mkhwanazi, is that he worked with Mkhwanazi. They were training, bomb sniffing, all these tough levels. That all the badges that Mkhwanazi is wearing, none of them were given to him by government. Mkhwanazi earned everything, the way he sought discipline corps, even the appointments. Mkhwanazi earned everything, all the badges. He said the guy is so confident, he's so proud of Mkhwanazi. A white guy, man, he's so proud of Mkhwanazi. He said, when you see Mkhwanazi, all the badges, the spelling that the guy is wearing, he earned them from the constable level to where he is now. Bomb sniffing, sniper, everything. He said, I was with Mkhwanazi, we were commanders of that task team, the combat side of the police services. I know Mkhwanazi, the level of discipline, the fact that he came out, there was something that was frustrating him within those channels. The guy is so confident and he's so proud of Mkhwanazi, and yet we must doubt the guy who's fighting for us. And the guy left the police office because of the police service, because of his institution of security services, what. But he's teaching how doing those courses of forensic and all that thing. He's somewhere here in Cape Town with one of those universities. The guy, he said, the reason he left SAPS, he was frustrated. And he said, if they suspend Mkhwanazi or do anything, Mkhwanazi, there are offers on Mkhwanazi's table. Mkhwanazi came here because he loved this country so much. But when he left SAPS, asked Mkhwanazi to leave SAPS. Mkhwanazi didn't want to live with him. And the way he knows the level of discipline in Mkhwanazi, he said there was something within those channels that was frustrating Mkhwanazi to the point that he decided to come out public. Paul Elizabeth and Miss Emily, you can search now. During the first term of Ramaphosa, he was the part of the panel of advisory committee to the president, direct to the president, not the office of the president. He was part of the panel of the advisory committee to the president. Direct to the president. He has a direct link to the president. That's only one guy. And he's the one who first came out and attacked Mkhwanazi. Thanks a lot, guy. Let's not stop. Let's pray. We're almost there. Let's keep praying. Even this Ledwaba guy, if you remember, most of the police officers, when they oppose the bail in court, the most part they emphasize is the flight risk. The evidence is there that the guy is flight risk. But for some odd reason, Ledwaba gave the guy the bail. And also, Tefu, one of the podcasts, I don't remember which one, he also raised some question about this Ledwaba correct. And there are people who say Mkhwanazi must bring evidence if judiciary is happy. But the evidence is right in front of them. They are still asking Mkhwanazi to bring evidence. Which evidence they need? I mean, our leaders are not taking us serious. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Zanzi, hello. Zanzi, hello.
Mr. Anonymous, njani kuseni?
Siyaphila mfethu njani?
Ngiyaphila nami. Hayi ngizophosa kube kuncane isikhathi sesihambile.
Yeah.
No, nginakhuzane mina ngithi ngizophosa le ubani MALCOMX ne?
Yeah.
Ngizwe usisu Emile ethi wayeboshelwe eposting ka 2 million ne? Ukuze kube nomuntu oboshwa. Uma kuya amaphoyisa emzini omunye umuntu yena wazi ukufonela umuntu wamaHawks inhloso yakhe kwakuyini lapho angeke kuvimbuthi futhi engabikho umuntu ozoboshwa. It sounds like uma eqaleni oboshela ukuthi awufuna 2 million kumuntu and I'm sorry le client yakhe wayithembiseli ukuthi ngeke eboshwe brother wakhe. Because if kufika amaphoyisa emzini ka-brother we-client yakho, it's like uklema ukuthi umuntu ongamazi but you are so concerned. It sounds like maybe kune-promise oyenzile kubhuti wena ukuthi ngeke boshwe lo muntu. So mase kufika le squad sama-political killing sesiphuma ngale kwamaHawks nomthembi singekeze imthasha futhi wakhe yabo. So usiyafonelwa manje ukuthi indoda kanti bawuthini. So when ufonela lo muntu owayethengeke ezeboshwe then lo muntu usethola inkinga manje la phambili ukuthi no abanye laba akuziba bami. And uma ungabuka isequence yayo after Mkhwanazi ekhulumile uMogabe yaboshwa manje. And enye into esho uMalcolm X engiconfuseayo uthi wababona bangena but uclaim ukuthi leyandlu le akayazi. Wasn't address but wababona bengena baphuma namanye amaphoyisa awazi but on the very same line uthi wena lo muntu leyo ndla uyazi and nomuntu owner uyazi. It doesn't make sense. Umogabe abantu vele bayithulela bese ngeke sizothi ezikhuluma yonke lento because wenza confusion eningi. Abantu vele bayithulela ngoba yabona njengamanje sithola into ka2 million yena makuzobosha umuntu ufonela umphathi wamaHawks. Ngeke nalapho phela kubona babemthembise khona ukuthi sondoda uzokwenza lo mjidi engaboshwa. So ayenzi sense ngoba kuzoba yileyo ukuthi bayazana bona noKeni uKeni uyamazi umbisi kodwa nakamazi umbisi ayenzi sense lesho lokho bengaba ngcono ubani vele wayithulela nje into bengamsiza bekileyo mase kunje mawuthi une information ihambe uyikhuluma lapha lena ikhuluma ukuthi ke yena wafonela uMkhwanazi une proof yokuthi wamfonela ngacheck ifone yakhe. Why ufonela uMkhwanazi utshela ubandani bathi uMkhwanazi angithi wena uyazi nendlela adekiwe kuyona. Like why you have this too much information manje ukuthi ngamfonela ngamtshela ukuthi bengablock ubani othe uMkhwanazi ben block wena njengoMalcolm X because uMkhwanazi ekhuluma uMalcolm X so why ushiseke uMalcolm X ukuthi uMkhwanazi bengaba block mina. Like you exercise ngoba let's say it was a genuine thing why ushiseke ngoba phela okay bengaba block and akasho ngonani ukuthi yimi why ube concern ngento engangifaki mina. So uMogabe nje kubuke ngathi mhlazimbe lento ukuthi esiza abantu abazoboshwa kube agent yaleyo nto akasi ummeli kodwa yakwazi ukuxazulela inkinga zakho nomthetho. Ngendlela engiyibuka ngayo ukuthi ungathi uyicivilian phela ubo businessman you just a civilian. You can call the top head not a station commander, not a regional commander, not a provincial commander, a national. You call national ekwazi ukuthi mawuthi wena hey ngibona abantu lapha ngempela ejampe dispatch team ekhona like yini le ngako nayo wena le yenza ukuthi nje ngempela nje just a civilian ithi yazi nabantu abangamaHawks la a national I know two nationally ufonela iprovince uyibona into ukuthi ayuthe awufonela inakhuzane iregion engapha no yena uthatha kube responsibility yakhe ukuthi uzoconfirma yena. It sounds like there is a lot of things and uMkhwanazi asibonge isibindi sakhe nje ukuthi lento ayenzile ukhomsile ukuthi ungwamkhwanazi ngempela. Hey ngoba kubuke ngathi izinto ziyalunga. Kubuke ngathi izinto ziyalunga ngoba uma abantu even lo need to Paul esithini uMkhwanazi unamanga like why izinto zenzeke kanje after uMkhwanazi ekhulume zonke lezi zinto ukuthi the guy was lying. But iphemike engaka sekuboshwa nabantu ade bengaboshwa like why? Which means the guy was not lying. The guy was telling the truth. So laba abanye abantu bafuna ukudistract manje kanti sifocusile thina la. Bona bafuna usiqhamukela nenye into uMkhwanazi naye wathola imali. Uright lokho usazobanjelwa lokho. Salungisa lokho kwamanje. Kubukeke ngathi bathi bona as much as uMkhwanazi sikhombisa ukuthi ibolile inakhuzana SAPS asikiyeke lokho ngoba naye wakwaphatha imali ukubani uMkhwanazi waphatha imali bomela usitshele ngakakhulumi ukuthi ngiyayazi into yaMkhwanazi yaphatha imali manje sibhizi manje sibuka izinto zerivuleka phambi kwethu wena siyiyeke lezo zinto sinake into awunayo iproof yayo uyakhuluma njengoba ngiyikhulumela nami mangathi nawe Paul wathatha imali. Serious la sibuka izinto engathi zihamba ngendlela manje. So abantu abazostructure abake beme kancane ngempela besingakhuzana bezama ukufocusa sibone ukuthi state ngeke silungele kufana noSibiya ngoba esethi no naye ufuna lo baba lo engenzi inini osibiya bathe bona banaqala thina besuspendwa bahlala ekhaya bethethe lama investigation ayibakuhlini
yeah
abayeka amakhosi esibiya ngoba amakhosi izinto zoniwa amakhosi kuthi kusebhizi khona umuntu uyofaka interdict yena ukuthi lokho akungeze kuyasisteba yekela process if you are clean just allow the process and you will be vindicated ekugcineni ukuthi no Mkhwanazi was lying why uphenika uyabe court just relax and yeke nje zonke izinto ziqhubeke ngelanga siyothi Mkhwanazi wadlala ngawo ngosibiya kodwa Mkhwanazi wadlala ngolibenyana and I think Mkhwanazi mdala uyayazi ama implications alento so I don't think ukuthi engasukela abantu on that position first laba abantu bengakwazi ukubopha kwabonke ungcolisa igama labo so the guy I don't think is that stupid ukuthi engavele isukela abantu nje nosibani so basisteba laba bantu labo banikenzeka nje kahle iyo lento bekufanele kuthiwe no masususpendiwe hlala kancane udedele iprocess uMugrand uzobuya usebenza ithi uyahola vele uzobuya usebenza so lento ukuthi bafuna ukubuya bayasiphazamisa
hayi sikuzwa kahle siyabonga mfowethu siyabonga
hayi bonga mina bafethu
sibonga umbono yes ake sithi sizwe before sidedele ake sithi sizwe sidedele yeah I'm waiting for one caller let's see Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Good evening, guys.
Hey, how are you?
I guess I'm trekking along, it's a very difficult time at the moment, but I guess I'm riding the wave and doing the best that I can, but God has been good. God has been good. Yeah.
Good news.
Yeah. And thank you guys for all the love and support. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we love you.
We love you here.
Thank you so much and for showing up as well. I know it's difficult.
Yeah. I can see that, the lines are buzzing today. I guess this topic is very close to all of our hearts,
Yeah.
Mr. Ado, I agree with you when you say that, if you want to see the dog owner, you must kick the dog.
Hey.
General Mkhwanazi didn't just kick the dog, he walloped the dog. He really walloped the dog we can see that the dog has actually got multiple owners. It's not just one owner. And I mean, it takes a great patriot and somebody with a great love for his country, for him to step out like that and put his own life and everything that he has worked hard for at risk. I don't think that this was an easy decision for this man. I think he was just at his wit's end. He was very sick and tired of, seeing the mess and not doing anything about it. And I think he, Mkhwanazi silence is consent. If you see bad things happening around you and you keep quiet, you are also consenting to the bad things that are happening. And, I guess a lot of South Africans actually were aware that there is a rot in our country, but I don't think people knew that it was to this extent. So this man basically just lifted the lid. He didn't even just lift it completely, he just moved it a little bit to the side for us to take a little peep inside to see what's really going on. And what is in there is not looking good, And I guess my question is, who is Mr. P.O.? Who is he? What is he doing right now? Why is he so invested in these issues? I'm confused because he's one of the first people who came out to criticize the general and make, damning allegations against him. You know what I mean? Because the last time I heard about this man, he was involved in the former national commissioner's situation, and I think he was working at airports, South Africa or something like that.
Yeah.
And then at some point he left South Africa and he went back to his home country. So at what point did he come back and, now he's back at it again, involved in stuff? I just don't understand why he's such a vested interest in in these things, you know. And my other point that I want to make is about, you know, like people who've had criminal convictions and they are now sitting in office. You know, it's quite shocking that people like Mr. KK have criminal convictions of more than 6 months. They've spent more than 6 months in prison, but they came out and they just, you know, somehow managed to sit in offices. I don't understand. Whilst an average South African with a criminal record is not able to find employment. But people like Mr. KK are sitting in offices in leadership. We are paying them with our tax money. How did, just by virtue of a ballot, they are sitting in office, yet they've got criminal convictions?
Yeah.
Who vetted them? Who vetted them? Because if we are the ones paying them, don't we have a responsibility to vet them? To see whether, you know, they are fit for office or not? Who said they changed? Do you know what I mean? Because, you know, they just came in and just, you can now see through their associations. They're associating with people who are doing bad things and stuff like that. So it means that their mindset is still of that time. It's a criminal mindset, basically. Do you know what I mean? And these people are sitting there, they're managing our money, they're making decisions for us. But an average South African with a criminal record will not even get employment. They struggle to find a job. Do you know what I mean? And then and they're just, you know, shoving them in our faces. Where do they even get money to buy these Gucci's and Jordans and Louis Vuittons and Versace? Do you know what I mean? Like if you look at the flamboyancy and, you know, the extravagance and everything like that, and try to compare it with the salary that they're earning, because there are South Africans actually make more money than them. You know, I mean, like honest living. People who make an honest living, they make more money than them, but they still can't afford the things that they have. And then when they come before the public to speak to us, it's okay. They might as well just quote us. They're just wearing these Jordans. You know, that Jordan is looking like a G and everything like that. And he's talking nonsense, and he expects us to take him seriously. With Gucci, Louis Vuitton, left, right, and center. Somebody is found at somebody's house, and then they want to spin this whole thing and be like, "Oh no, I was just there, whatever." You know? Are these people so self-absorbed to a point where they think that South Africans are not critical thinkers?
Yeah.
They are so good. They've been doing these bad things for so long when it's just a little bubble that they exist in, and they think that what is in that little bubble is all that there is. They don't know who outside this bubble. They people who are smart, who can, you know, who can think and I don't know.
Sushi.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's just so shocking. Yeah, it's really shocking. And then somebody's suspended from work, you know, and then they go to court and be like, "Oh, you know, I want to get back to work." The investigations are not even over, but well and medical. The taxpayer must pay them. Do you know that here in Australia, where I live, there was a lady who had some association with a former prime minister.
Yeah.
She was in the office of the prime minister, and she paid for a helicopter to transport her from one place to another, like from Melbourne to a little city called Geelong, right? Which is about 40 to 45 minutes drive, right? This lady decided to charter a helicopter to fly her for such a short distance. And she paid, I think, $6,000 or something like that for that trip, using taxpayers' money. You know, that woman didn't even last a week. There was no investigation. There was nothing. Just a mere fact that there was evidence that she paid $6,000 for a flight charter. That was it. It was enough to end her job. There was no negotiations. There was nothing. You understand? When we went to bed, we thought we had a prime minister. We wake up in the morning, we have a new prime minister. That's how fast people do things here. Do you understand? So now the minister is involved in some, you know, things. There's allegations against him. He goes on, what do you call it? Leave of what? Is it leave of absence or something like that? He gets paid, and then he can go to court and be like, "Oh, I want my job back."
Yes.
No, he's not going to court.
And
that's beer. But this one is going to be probably exonerated by the commission. One person is asking this question: why the commission of inquiry while there's evidence that can arrest these people?
Exactly.
Looking for a way.
They are buying time because they are buying time with this commission of inquiry. Because if the longer it takes, people are going to lose interest in it. Do you understand?
Yes.
So even all these people who are coming out with their Jordan tips and saying, I did this, I did these people are just detractors. Do you understand? They are just making side show. They are putting side shows. You know, when you are running a marathon, there's people who are shouting on the side so that you lose focus of the finish line. But what is the detractors about? They are taking people, they want to take us away from the real situation so that we focus on the noise. They are just noise makers. Everything is just so calculated. Don't think these guys are just coming out of the woodwork, like that. It's just a coincidence. They are coming out and they're just good citizens who want to speak out. Everything is calculated. Not from what I see. There's no difference between the Latin American cartel and Ledwaba. Do you know what I mean? Like the cartels, they've got enclaves. So all these people that they are compromised and they're tainted. But the group, they are little enclaves that hate each other. That is why when this one comes out and speaks, this one comes out and says, oh, but that one is a criminal, that one is a criminal. Enclaves. None of them is clean. Both they are tainted. But give group, they are in little groups within the system. Give a group. It's not there for us. They're there for themselves, man. Somebody gets voted in, comes out of prison, they have nothing. And they hear only Gucci, driving the Maybach, the the Maserati, whatever. And when you've been grinding for years, Mario, you can't even afford Coloniana. You can't even afford nothing. But when I kick it Gucci from top to bottom,
hey,
these people are not there for the people. It's not for the people.
No.
General Mkhwanazi has done something that, you know what, that will never be forgotten. History will never forget this man. You understand? And I pray every day that this man, that God must put his hand on this man. He must never remove his hand on this man. Because this man, you know what? This man is, you know, I don't know, he's God sent Patumba Mudim. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
and lastly, and just the last point, just to not hog the line.
Yeah.
Let's play devil's advocate and say that Mr. P.O. is telling the truth, that there's some allegations against General Mkhwanazi are true. Let's assume they are true, right? That he's involved in criminal activities and whatnot. Why is Mr. P.O. upset that General Mkhwanazi is exposing the rot? Do you understand?
Yes.
Even if I stole a lolly from a shop, and you know that I stole a lolly, but then if I say, oh, but down the street there's people there who steal cars and everything like that. Why should you get angry that I'm exposing those people down the street who are also committing crimes? Why is this man so angry that general is exposing these things? Why? And yet he speaks up as this person I'm this person who doesn't like corruption. I'm this person who doesn't like this and this and this and the other.
I have
but anyway,
idea.
I love you guys. That's South Africa had failed.
Thank you. Thank you. Right. Let's hope.
Okay, then. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Let's just hope that they will renew his contract. You know how this thing of power is in terms of keeping him as a provincial commissioner in KZN. It's the powers, they are given to people, wrong people, in my opinion. But
the commission should not take more than a year. When I heard those words, I was like,
we're going for 2 years. We're going for 2 years.
Then he was asked again, what do you feel about Mkhwanazi's protection and safety. Have you assigned security for him? Security for who?
Yeah, the answers are very self-explanatory. There's nothing more to say. Let me just close it there. Emil is getting excited. But yeah, it's a bye for me, guys. Thank you very much, all of you, for being here. Season 18, you came. You saw, you conquered Mnguni. You were also here. Ntokozo Mbele, remember, you were here. Tobeka D, you were here. And yeah, Bongandube, you were here.
Hi guys, it's been fun. Until tomorrow, thank you so much. Bye.
And all is alleged, by the way.
Oh yes, everything is alleged.
Everything is alleged. Press the like button. It's also alleged. Everything is alleged, and the views
and opinions
expressed on the show
are not that of the channel.
Thank you.